forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be action and light on Shakuras Temple. It's another RJB replay, but you probably already knew that. Greeting each other in Korean. Bottom right, it's going to be the Orange Terran. It is light. Man, he is in the top 10 of the ELO rankings. He was number 1 sometime last week. If you want to keep up to date on the ELO rankings that RJB posts, join the Discord server. There should be a link in the description, but if there's not, let me know and I'll post one. Top left, we've got ourselves action, the Macro Zerg. So, Shakuras Temple is a super big map here, so we will see if action is going to go macro style here against light. Light, again, is super elite, so we will see if he can handle action here today. Overlord scouting out. What up, Terry? Somebody asked how the merch sales are going, and Terry's number 1 spot, just because Terry's been around longer than anybody else at falconpaladin.store, but more recently, Steve the SCV mugs have been selling at the highest rate over the last month or so. So recently, Steve the SCV mugs and Terry the Overlord shirts still have the number 1 ranking for merch sales since we started falconpaladin.store. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead and go to falconpaladin.store and buy some merch. Alright, so no proxies here today from either player. Is proxy hatching viable in Brood War? I only say that because I don't think I've seen one for a long time, but I do only cast macro games unless I'm casting a cheese compilation. So anyway, got ourselves a 12 hatch right around there. Hatch first in it. Again, on this giant 4-player map. Steve the SCV, Speak of the Devil, scouting out. What's the play going to be from these guys? Well, let's see. I can predict lurkers in this game. I will be shocked if we don't have any lurker play here, unless it happens to be mech play from Light, which is entirely possible. 100% on the page possible here. This is going to be a mech play from Light. He's one of the few Terrans I've seen do that on the channel over the last couple years or so. The list is not long. Anyway, pool finishing up, barracks finishing up, expansion. Light's like, okay, that is a hatch first, which means I can throw this down and I'm fine, and good call. Great call. This is why we scout, ladies and gentlemen. For this very purpose. He sees everything is fine, sees nothing crazy at all. Sees we are getting gas, so speedlings are in play, but guess what else? Lair timing, baby. That's right, the lairs are on the way, man. By that I mean it's a singular lair, not multiple lairs. That would be an interesting play for sure. If you upgraded both of his hatcheries to lairs at the same time, I bet that would play some mind games with Light. He'd be like, wait, what? Who did it? 2 layers? What are you trying to do? And that might tell him, well, this might just be like a fast overlord drop kind of a rush, right? Where you get fast overlords and drop at the same time on 2 separate layers. Has anyone ever done that? I bet someone's done that. That is not too crazy or outlandish of an idea at all. Marines heading out. They're going to save Steve the SCV from a fate worse than death, which is getting clawed up by a Zergling until you explode. Yeah, leave him alone. Get out of here, Zergling. Zergling's like, foiled again. Would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling Marines. Okay, well, let's see. Third base. At this point, action is... yeah, he's in the dark about what Light is doing. Oh, never mind. No third base. We're sending pairs of lings down. So when you're known as the Macro Zerg, sometimes you can do stuff that will make people be confused because, like, you're supposed to be macroing. Why are there 20 lings in my natural base? Action. And look at this positioning on that bunker. That is so good. That is such good positioning. It is double factory. Look, okay. Look at this. I told you Light is someone who's very willing to go mech in the current era. Ling's going for that run by, and that wasn't a wall. I think Light thought that was a wall on that left side. It wasn't. SCV down. The Lings are like, we can kill these Marines, right? SCV's trying to body block for him, but every Marine goes down. These SCVs are good fighters, especially if these Lings have no attack or armor upgrades, which they don't. Beautiful micro there, getting surround on one of the SCVs. Oh, canceling the factory. Whoa! Vulture goes down, but the Lings are cleared out. Just kidding, there's still a Ling down here somewhere. There he is, just killed an SCV. So it's 19 to 23 workers in favor of the Terran player, despite losing a few SCVs there. That's because opportunity cost says, and if you want to make that many Lings, you can't make that many drones. Action's going to follow this up with Mutalisks. We saw that Spire in the production tab. What do we got? Is he going to go back into... Now we don't know what's going to go on here. He's like, well, I was going to have time to make some Goliaths against the incoming Mutalisks, but now... I mean, vultures aren't really the answer, right? There is no sunken at the front, though. Oh my gosh. Action! No, sunken at the front does a much better job at saving your drones. Look, a drone died. Okay, in fairness, you could kill the vulture, unlike what a sunken could do. Unless the vulture wanted to die, I suppose. Alright, so mutas are out. It's got to be turrets, man. There are no marines. Hang on. There are 2 marines inside a bunker. Making a Goliath. That's real good, I guess. Having a Goliath is fantastic. 1 turret? Wait, there's not a turret under that barracks. I didn't see anything firing from under the barracks. You're just like, wait, hang on a second. You don't have a turret under that barracks. But they're pulling back. Look, guys, these mutas got to do something. You can't make Mutalisks and then just hang out. You have to get in here and do something. Oh, there's 4 turrets out here. Action may have overreacted a little bit with the anti-air. Honestly, it's not great. There's a 3rd base from Action. It's not a lot of mutas. Like, nor are there any more on the way. This is definitely Hydra speed, Hydra range. Yeah, this might be overreacting. 3 turrets here. 4 turrets here. Dude, there are 5 turrets at the natural base. This is an overreaction from Light if ever I have seen one from him. This is going to hurt. You know what doesn't help against mass Hydralisks? Turrets. Turrets don't help at all. Macro hatch. Macro hatch for the macro Zerg. Hydra's coming out here. They got that speed upgrade. Look at them go. Zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Working on attack upgrades for them. And that range upgrade. Really important stuff. And Charon Boost is now done. So now the Goliaths can shark around here. Yeah, seeing that blue, the blue smoke coming out of those Goliaths. So pretty. And Action's like, crap, Charon Boost is done. This is not good for me at all. Oh my gosh, 4 barracks on the way. And a starport. Light was gonna go mech. Now he's switching back into SK Terran style. Oh, Marines and medics and firebats and science vessels getting stim. He is making a siege tank though. Yeah, has the current meta for ZVT actually completely sniffed out and snuffed out? I guess that's what I meant to say. Snuffed out SK Terran. Because it doesn't do that well against Hydra, Lurker, Ling. Defiler, you want tanks to deal with the Hydras. And as a result, we're starting to see more tanks. And if you make tanks, it's not SK Terran anymore, buddy. It's definitely not. So, I don't know. Maybe all you Terrans got your wish. That were like, I don't like SK Terran. Zergs lose with it a lot. It's like, well, I think we've talked about this before. I feel like SK Terran is really viable up until Plague and Dark Swarm are available. And then it's not anymore, right? And then suddenly it's like, okay, these Marines, their value is a lot less now. And that's a lot of what I've been making. And Action says, you know what it's time to do? Time to come in here and try to snipe down this bunker. Got the bunker. Good target firing there. Siege tank on the high ground, firing on these Hydras as well. Mutas are all dead. High ground siege tank's going to save the day here at this natural for sure. Hydra's dying. What did I say about those turrets earlier? Range Hydras, dude. They're just good things. But yeah, like I said, SK Terran, way more effective up until Defiler Round comes out. So there are a bunch of SK Terran wins before that point. But a lot of the games that I cast are 20 minutes or longer, and Defilers are up by that point. So then it's like, oh, the win rate for SK Terran goes down. But I don't know, any strategy that kind of relies on the game not getting to 15 minutes is tough, right? It's tough to rely on that strategy because then Zerg players are like, well, we're just going to drag the game out until we get Defilers, and then what are you going to do about it? We have seen SK Terran wins against Defiler playing Zergs as a hive comes up, and we got a scan. The scan is at the third base and says, there's a Queen's Nest there. Let's try to move out before Defiler Mound shows up, boys. How about that? And that's exactly what we're trying to do. Siege tanks, Marines, working together in concert as was intended for them these many years ago. Science Festival on the way. And finishing, has a Radiate been researched? I feel like a Radiate has been researched. Hydras, focus down the... Okay, good snipe on a medic. That's okay. Thought maybe they'd go after a siege tank on that wraparound, but not quite able to pull that off. Ow, ow. Hydra's just running and getting massacred there. That's not good for you. Lurkers up. What did I say? We were going to see lurkers today, and we certainly are looking at them right now. Ah, lurker trap! Lurker trap! No, the tanks are all in trouble because of the lurker trap. Okay, all the tanks are dead. Now the hiders are more effective. The lurkers are more effective. Oh, action. That was filthy. That was really, really good stuff, man. Okay. Wow, jumping in here too? Woo! Those lurkers all died, but they took a lot of Marines with them before they went down. The spread on the Marines is pretty awesome, actually, from Light. He's up 81 to 65 supply. Worker count maybe a little bit more even than you want to see it if you're a Terran player. Another scan. Sees what's at the front door here. No Sunkens. No, there's one lurker, but a bunch of Hydras. And they got that +1 attack. The Marines are sitting at a +1 attack, too, with stim and range and all that stuff. Hydras waiting for reinforcements to come up this ramp so they can deal with them one by one, but there's a little bit too much there, and the Hydras have to back it out. It's not a bad idea if you kind of catch Marines coming at you single file. Maybe get some work done there. But yeah, look at action. He's like, I don't engage with this. This is too much. Free Overlords are free. Supply blocking action also free. Is he turning around? I guess he forced a siege up, and he's continuing to run here. Run, Rudolph. Defiler Mound on the way, and what have I always said? What did I say in this very game? Defiler Mound. Really good here. Less good if there are a ton of siege tanks. It's hard for your Defiler to close in on the enemy when siege tanks are in siege mode and they're setting up a giant perimeter that you can't breach as a Defiler because you're slow and a really high-profile target. Hey, there's a Radiate. Not rushing a Radiate today is Light, intriguingly enough. He's getting dropships, though. We love a good dropship, don't we? Falcon Paladin YouTube Brood War channel officially supports drops in all situations by all players. You should always use drops. Even if you're planning a 2-base all-in, you should get drops. They're good. Very, very, very good. Got a starport on the way. Is that the second starport today? Yeah, so it was a little bit late on the second starport, but that's okay. More scans, just trying to see where the Zerg player is running around with that scan. He's trying to set up a surround. Oh, dude. Action is trying to set up a surround. Look at this down here, up here. He's going for it. No, these guys are not going to participate in a surround attempt. Drop. Big drop at the natural base. Oh, boy. Well, a couple Marines unloaded anyway, but more Marines are going to unload up here inside the main base. Surprise! Yeah, these lurkers are trying to buy time. A lot of Marines are dying. A lot of lurkers are dying too. Free Defiler is free. Oh, this drop inside the main base is going to get cleaned out by these Hydralisks. Dropship gets wiped. These Marines are still here. 3 kills apiece. They are getting drone kills. How are they so effective? I thought they would die immediately. No, they did not. And Light pushing up the front. Defensive Matrix tossed down on a siege tank, and action comes back home with this group because he's like, I need help. Siege tanks down. Hydra is way more effective once the tanks are dead. Reinforcing dudes from Light, swinging in the backside, though. Woo! All right. Radiate goes down. Lurker gets killed. It was already irradiated. There's the first Dark Swarm of the day. And there you go. 14 minutes and 40 seconds. That's when the game officially changes for Light. And he says, snap. Dark Swarm is here. Adrenal is on the way. +2/+1 on the Hydralisks. +2/+1 on the Marines. So even upgrades here, but Adrenal, massive game changer, just like Stim is. Comes later than Stim does, but no less effective. Going for the Science Vessel Energy upgrade is Light. Production tab says, any sign of a third base? Yes, there's a command center in production. Here it is. We saw that earlier. Where are we attacking? This turret is messing up my Sim City, he says. Kill the turret. Make more barracks. Big engage. Hydra's backing out. Yeah. That's the thing about the Hydras, man, is that, without the support of the Defilers, they actually don't trade super well against Marine. Marine Stim output with +2 or +3 is just out of this world. The DPS is really high on the DPS charts. I like these positions by the Overlords from Action, though, to see where the third base from Light is going to come, or if there isn't one, because a 2-basing Terran at 15 minutes is a lot different from a 3-basing Terran at 15 minutes. Plague finishing up. But yeah, hit the like button if you're enjoying this game. This has been a really fun game to cast so far. Nice little back and forth here at 16 minutes. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm just trying to get up to, what, 100,000 subs in 2024. That's the goal. So smack that like button, whatever you want to do. Tap it, click it. Hydra, Lurker again. But no Plague, no Dark Swarm. This Defiler got to do something before it dies. Gets a Plague down on a big chunk of Terran here. That's exactly what Plague is intended for. Ooh, Action trying to take a 4th base off this top right. And no. Little hit squad of 5 Marines wanders up there and shuts that thing down. Ling shut down an attempt to build. Is that is that an attempt to build a command center right there? What was that? There's the sound of triple irradiate on 3 Lurkers. Action trying to take a 4th base at the 12 o'clock instead. Overlord distracting for the drone. Trying to keep this drone alive so it can actually expand up here. That'd be nice. And it looks like they're going to be able to. Yes. Okay, so the drone lives, and Action might try double expanding here. 12 o'clock and top right, but heading up the centerway here is Light. Forced to pull back. There's a nice Dark Swarm again. Adrenal Lings, Plague up. Gosh, another Plague would be huge. No, Defiler wanders out. Gets a... Okay, that wasn't as good a Plague as it could have been, I don't think. Action has enough money to do this, but he's like, dude, can I afford to, or do I need stuff? Right, that's the question. Can I afford to spend 300 minerals, or do I need 12 more Hydras? And Action decided, I need 12 more Hydras. Let's go. Adrenalings are at 0 attack and +2 armor with Adrenal. There's always weird stuff, man. So 3rd base rolling from Light just fine. 2nd command center here, too. Another scan, revealing the incoming Zerg Swarm. Defiler dies, but he got 2 really important Dark Swarm positions down here. Yeah. Science vessels that have been Plague getting picked out of the sky. That is why Hydras are so good in the current matchup. Is this another? Yes, we're unloading right on top of Adrenalings and a couple Hydras, but hey, look who won it here. Dark Swarm. Okay, he Dark Swarms some of the mineral line, but not all of it. Light decides to pick up and head up into the main base. Maybe force another Dark Swarm to go up there instead of out on the battlefield. Either way, these Marines are heavily outnumbered. Dropship makes it out alive. What a boss. Scanning up. Seeing only 1 Lurker in the group, but not target firing down the Lurker, though. It doesn't matter. Lurker dies anyway. Took enough damage regardless. The 12 o'clock base in a ton of trouble. Science vessels leading the charge. Drones evacing from the 12 o'clocks. Action knows it must die. And die it does. Okay, this top right base now of Action is incredibly important. Play catching some of these science vessels. Only 2 of them have been plagued, though. Consume, 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 consume. Yeah, man, we like what we're seeing here from Light, don't we? At least I do. I really enjoy what we're seeing here from Light. Ooh, there we go. Lurker on the ramp maneuver. Trying to just buy time for this top right base to not die. This top right base dies. I think Light just wins the game. Fire bats inside the Dark Swarm. There you go. They're in there. We can see their flames flaming. Flame on! Plague on the Marines that kill this Defiler in a state of revenge. Can the Defiler win? Can he stay alive long enough? And the answer is no, they got him. They avenged themselves. They're all, wait, they pre-avenged themselves? How does that work? I don't even know. The word avenged here. Oh, siege tank's got some adrenalings on him. Where is the Marine support here? There it is. Not all the tanks die. And an attempt to get a fourth base at the 6 o'clock base here from Light is shut down by a single Lurker. A lot of army is coming back to deal with that. And that's allowing action to kind of slip around, take some more map control. Maybe a re-expand 12 o'clock, but look who left a Marine behind. Light knows what's up, dude. He's covering this base too. He knows getting up this ramp's going to be really, really hard. Where are the Nidus canals would be my question. He just snipe a dropship? I feel like he did. No Niduses today from action is something I find a little bit confusing. Yeah, look at Light. I got fire bats. Nice plague on 3 of the tanks, though. These Hydras are like, hang on. You guys have been plagued. That's right. And you have no armor upgrades. And we have 3-3. We're going to straight up win this fight. And they totally can. With the repair, though. Oh my gosh, they won. 2 Hydras. Taking down those tanks. Big deal. Ooh, engagement out here. Nice surround by action coming in from 2 separate angles. Filer gets a Dark Swarm down. Thought about getting a Plague, but decided to protect himself instead. 6 o'clock base is alive because of 4 Marines responding to the report that there were Hydralisks killing tanks down there. Goodness gracious me. Lights up 125 to 112 supply, but action's at 53 drones. It's another scan. He just wanted to know exactly what's up here before he engages with it. He's like, no Lurkers, no Defilers. I think we can do okay with this. I mean, those Hydras with +3 armor, though, a little bit harder to take down than when they didn't have any, right? Lurkers are like, hey, I'd like to expand here real quick. You guys get out of our real estate. Would you mind? Would you kindly? And immediately expands as soon as that last Marine is dead. Big engagement here. Irradiating Hydralisks. No Lurkers and no Defilers to irradiate. Got to use the energy on something. And it will one-shot a Hydra. I mean, it takes a minute, but it does, thanks to 1 spell. Randomly scanning across the map here, up into the areas he's going to attack. That's what Light's been using his scans for the most part today. But when the Lurkers burrow in, then suddenly it's like, all right. Oops, Science Vessel down. Science Vessel has a lot of HP, so not Science Vessel down. No revenge here on these Science Vessels for irradiating. There we go, there's a Plague. Radiating Defilers, irradiating Lurkers, all sorts of great stuff here. So, I don't know, I think action's doing okay. There's your Nidus, right? He's got effectively 5 bases rolling here, 56 drones. Getting up to 65 is kind of your ideal as a Zerg player. Allows you to sort of start nonstop swarming in a way that enemies really hate. Nice drop. D-Matrix on both of these drop ships, but maybe you should have saved the D-Matrix for the dudes because that drop got handled by action. Absolutely shut down. Plague. I feel like there's some friendly fire Plague with that too, but hard to tell. Getting Science Vessels is worth a little bit of friendly fire though. And then, oh, we're just 1 Defiler. 1 Defiler. Guess who got irradiated though? That's right, the Defiler. Light swinging up this left side, trying to see what is what. Light, let left side attack, kind of running into a problem here. Just some of it being outnumbered by Hydras, which isn't good. Lings have better upgrades yet. Still no attack upgrades for the Lings. I am going to file a class action lawsuit against Action for not... Nice Nidus snipe. For not... Ooh, free defiler too. For not giving these Adrenalings any attack upgrades. They're so much better. Like, I know Hydra upgrades are important in this current strategy, but dude. Ling upgrades. These guys are standing in. Drones getting wiped out. Look at these dudes. And then a Dark Swarp comes in and they have to be like, oh. Well, we're busy doing other stuff. Yeah, Light is somewhere else right now, so these guys dying is not really on his watch. Trying to sneak up here the right side. Science vessels are like, are there? We don't want to get plagued again. We're going to triple boxer maneuver. But hey, some Hydras did show up. Guess who doesn't have burrow? Oh, gosh. All right, so it was triple boxer maneuver. Oh, but 4 drones go down pretty easily. That's the thing. Boxer maneuver less effective when there are Hydras around, as opposed to when there are Lings and Ultralisks around. Yeah, man, this has been an absolute bloodbath. Science vessels, gotta get out of here before those Hydras start heading down this way. Scourge hunting you. Man, using a Scourge to kill an already plagued Science vessel feels like a total waste, but also Scourge getting no connections at all is a bigger waste. I did the math on that one. 115 to 89 supply. What a scrappy game this is. Man, RJB replayed. Sick killer plague. That was a big one. Yo, one of the best plagues I've ever seen. Look at these Marines just melt after they've been plagued to these Hydras. Tanks going down, Science vessels targeting the ones that are previously plagued and then killing ones that aren't even plagued. Leaving some irradiates behind. And yeah, actually not really killing his own Hydras that have been plagued. I really... What was that? It was a Jaedong game. The first time I saw that strategy, it was Jaedong using the Hydra meta. I think it was him. And yeah, he was killing his own Hydras as soon as it got irradiated. Because they're not providing much value to him anymore, and they're hurting everybody around them because, you know, they clump up, obviously. Anyway, 48 workers for action. Remember when he was closer to 60? 61, 62? Not so much anymore. Boxer maneuvering, drops inside the main base. Bad stuff overall. A lot of Marines have died in this game. We are hearing a lot of Marine death sounds, but I guess that's the nature of a 27-minute ZBT, huh? Probably going to hear a lot of Marine death sounds. Light has successfully expanded down along this bottom side to a 5th base. I don't think there's enough Zerg to shut this down, but there is more Zerg coming. Defiler. Consume. Okay. I'm not going to consume anything. Action's like, well, I don't have any Defiler support, but let's come snipe some... Sure. Snipe some Science vessels. Trying to snipe these siege tanks with their 0-0 upgrades. The lurkers come down and go right after that mineral line. Okay, SCV's dying. Ow, ow. Yeah, 3-3 lurkers, man. Really problematic. Going after that ComSat station. The natural enemy of the lurker is the ComSat station and the Science vessel. Action sending reinforcements down this way, though. I don't know if this can hold, but Light sending units up the top way as well. Oh, and then dropping inside the 4th. Massive drop. Couple Hydras pop. No, that's not happening. Firebat's getting inside the mineral line. Dude, it's a base trade scenario, but the Zerg is losing 2 bases, and no! Light was only losing 1 in action. Taps out. Light. Light. You madman. That was amazing. What a fantastic display of TVZ that was from Light. Wow. Wow. Yeah, look at this. This massive drop. Everything dies there. There's not much defending this base either. No lurkers, no sunkens, no nothing. Yeah, Action, congratulations. You killed this base of Lights, but you can't go 2 for 1 against an elite Terran player like this and get the win. Beautifully, beautifully well executed. I don't know if the tanks got the value they needed today, but Light got the win, so why not? Yeah, the Irradiates, he was definitely on top of it. A lot of Science vessels died, mostly to plagues. And then Hydra is finishing them off, which is hard to deal with that. I guess you can repair your Science vessels, but not easy to do. Yeah, but I mean, overall, way to go. Got another Terran win here against Zerg for you Terran fans. Well done. Yeah, drops. What did I tell you? Drops are good. More players need to do drops. And, okay, so let's see. Half a base here, a full base here for light. And, yeah, basically these are the only 2 mining bases for Action, so fair play for tapping out there, Action. Yeah, well done. Well done indeed. What a nice back and forth. What an excellent little TVZ here for you today. 207,000 points for Action, 211,000 points here from Light. Action out APM. APM is not everything. Out producing the Terran player, but getting out killed by the Terran player. Basically, it's a TVZ. And the resources tab says that Action outspent Light by about 9,000 resources, 9,000 or so. Yeah, about 9,100 in 28 minutes, but that was not enough. It can be enough, but if you don't have any defense at your only 2 mining bases, like no defilers, no lurkers, no sunkens, and then allow the Terran to just go ahead and kill them, oof, that is not a good thing. So, that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.